Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Barak Matite. I'm the acting city manager for the City of Rockville. I'm joined today by Sarah Taylor Farrell, the city clerk, director of council operations. Thank you all for joining us this evening. We are going to celebrate the services of two of Rockville's most respected and a legacy of two of the most respected city leaders, Mayor Newton and Councilmember Feinberg. Together, they have served the city of Rockville for over 2 decades, and at the end of this term, they'll be stepping down from the dais. Mayor Newton's legacy started as the City of Rockville council member in 2009. Then in 2013, she became the mayor of our great city in 2013. Let's look at some of the highlights of her accomplishment, of her legacy, of her leadership.
I, Bridget Donnell Newton,
do solemnly promise and declare
solemnly promise and declare
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and
that I will bear faithful and true allegiance to the state of Maryland. They are the only women and minority-owned manufacturing company in Rockville, Montgomery County, and the state of Maryland. Execute the office of
Mayor of the City of Rockville,
Mayor of the City of Rockville,
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of this state.
and laws of the state. To whom much is given, much is expected. 44% of our city is covered with a tree canopy, putting us in the top 25% of similar-sized communities throughout the United States. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. It is essential that all citizens of Rockville become aware of the importance of crime prevention programs and the impact that their participation has on reducing crime and drug abuse within our community. Support our kids in extracurricular activities, and it's not just athletics. It's band, it's theater, it's art, it's all those things.
At tonight's Mayor Council meeting, the elected body will adopt a resolution to recognize Mayor Newton's 14 years of leadership and public service. Is Councilmember Ashton in the room? Councilmember Beryl, would you do the honors of reading the resolution?
Madam Mayor? So Bridget and I go back to 2009 because we were both elected to the City Council at the same time, our first term. So it's my pleasure, Madam Mayor, to read this. And trifocal's not getting in too much in the way. Whereas Bridget Donnell Newton has served the residents of Rockville on the City Council for the past 14 years, 2009 to 2013, as a council member, and from 2013 to 2013 as mayor. And Monique Ashton, you come up and you continue this. Come on. So Monique Ashton is the council member slated to read this, so she can start over. I just did a little bit at the top, and then.
Thank you, everyone. For some parents know this is college application submission week, so thank you for your patience. Gotta get them launched.
We changed some things.
So I know that you were reading the proclamation. Thank you very much. Can I just say a few words? Is that okay? Is it okay? I'll make it very quick, but I'm so excited to see all of you here in the room today. Councilmember Feinberg, Mayor Newton, you have contributed so much. Until you actually do this work, you don't know how many hours that we pour into it, how many sleepless nights we have, and how much care and concern that really goes into every decision we make. And I just want to thank you both. A few words since I'm reading the proclamation for Mayor Newton. Throughout her 10 years mayor, she's been exemplified through her leadership and unwavering dedication to our city. She has been selfless in her time and her energy and expertise. She is someone who, as Mayor Angela said, the value of a person's life is really measured by the impact they have on others. And that really exemplifies you. She has strong leadership and has done so much, from the Financial Advisory Board to Rockville Goes Purple to the Youth Commission, big vision ideas. But I want to say that she really cares about every single one of the residents in this community. Whether you're grocery shopping or trying to eat, she never even gives a thought about stopping to listen and to make sure that she takes that back into her daily work. And with that, I also just want to say, service is not just an act, it's an attitude of the heart. This work is not a title, it's real work, and Mary Newton, you did it well. I'll read the proclamation. Our resolution. Bridget Donnell Newton has served the residents of Rockville on the City Council for the past 14 years, 2009 to 2013, and also as council member from 2013 to 2023 as mayor. She has served with integrity, strength, wisdom, leadership, and has distinguished herself and the city through her collaborative efforts, building better relationships with surrounding jurisdictions and at all levels, from the federal, state, county, and bringing city government closer to residents. During her tenure, the city received acknowledgments such as Money Magazine's Best Places to Live and Wallet Hub's 4th most ethnically diverse small city, and the city has received a perfect score on Human Rights Campaign and Municipal Equality Index since 2017. Whereas Mayor Newton has been consistent and unwavering in her advocacy for our schools, our police, our neighborhoods, and parks, she's worked arduously to protect and preserve 140 acres of green space known as Redgate Park for current and future generations to learn and enjoy. She's also supported improvements to the Rockville Swim and Fitness Center, the skate park, the farmstead, the renovation of the pump house, and preserving an important piece of Rockville's past and creating a gathering place for the East Rockville community. Whereas Mayor Newton represented the City of Rockville on both the Montgomery chapter of the Beryl Municipal League, and she also served as president of the entire state organization from 2012 to 2015, and as well as the 2018 to 2019. She's a board member of the Washington Metropolitan Council of Governments from 2013 to 2023, and she served on the Transportation Planning Board from 2010 to 2023, and as chair in 2017 of the Maryland Mayors Association. She received this prestigious Elizabeth and David Skull Metropolitan Public Service Award in 2017. And she is a graduate of the Academy of Excellence in Governance, a collaborative effort between the University of Maryland, Maryland Associations of County, MACO, and MML. Whereas Mayor Newton has been recognized for the need for a Rockville Youth Commission and brought that to our students in our city's conversations, the Financial Advisory Board, so that Mayor and Council has the benefit of residents' expertise, which has saved the city a lot of money, I would say, as well as procurement support. She initiated Rockville Goes Purple campaign to bring awareness to the opioid crisis that has devastated our country. Now, therefore, on behalf of the City Council, the residents of this great city of Rockville, and those across the county and state, we offer our sincere appreciation for Mayor Bridget Donnell Newton's dedication and unwavering commitment to the betterment of the city she loves. Thank you.
Could everyone just turn just a little bit this way? Perfect.
Never forget the photo op, right?
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Ashton. Madam Mayor, we have one more special gesture to show you our gratitude for your leadership and service.
Mayor Newton, on behalf of the Rockville's elected body, appointed officials, city staff, and residents, we present you with this key to the city to honor your legacy of leadership and public service to our city and community.
Well, hang on, my notes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Barack. Thanks, Mark and Monique. Thank you, David. I'm sure you're watching. Wow, I have to tell you, I was surprised to walk in this evening and find my brother and sister-in-law from Pittsburgh, my sister and her partner from Cleveland. I knew Meg and Braden were coming, and I knew Freddie was coming, but Anthony showed up, and I'm sure that's where Braden is right now. He's almost 2, not quite, and he couldn't understand why Nana is there and here. And he kept saying, she's there. So it's been a lot of fun tonight, so thank you all so much for coming. My sincere thank you to everyone for coming this evening and for everything that you've helped me do over the years. As much as I've looked forward to the next adventures, I have dreaded this evening. As you probably realize, I don't do well public speaking or in the limelight. It's not my favorite thing to do. I do not enjoy being the center of attention. But I do appreciate the opportunity to say thank you. Those who've heard me speak to our 4th graders about the If I Were Mayor essay contest over the years know that I have a title for a book if I ever sit down and write it. I'm not going to tell it to you because you might steal it. But there are so many experiences, so many funny things that have happened, some not so funny too. But I have learned from every single one, from each person, from each challenge, and each city success. The last term was the hardest in many ways, and I'm grateful for the collaboration of my colleagues and our staff as we work to address a myriad of issues and concerns. A huge thank you to our friends in Yilan, Taiwan, for the boxes of PPE, which they sent when we couldn't get them in our own country. The City of Rockville has grown in many, many ways since I was elected in 2009, and I hope and pray that we will always be a small town in a big city. It is so nice to see people you know in places as you go about your daily life, and I hope we never lose that. We are a community of neighborhoods, of different thought and experience, but what makes Rockville special is that we listen and we learn. We grow and we accept. The diversity in our city is a gift to each of us. I'm getting through it. Is a gift to each of us and to generations to follow. I am humbled that we consistently are ranked as the best place to raise a family, to live, the most diverse, etc. That's because of all of us working together. Those are tremendous accolades for the work we've done. I look forward to taking a very, very back seat, to learning what the next councils are going to do to continue the progress that Rockville has made. Thank you. Because we have made progress. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Please keep working together, because together we have done great things. It's been my honor and privilege to be your mayor, and I thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Mayor. Now we would like to honor Councilmember Feinberg, who is closing the chapter of a public service to serve as a City of Rockville council member. Let's take a look back of some of the highlights of Councilmember Feinberg's decade of public service to the City of Rockville.
I, Beryl L. Feinberg,
Do affirm that I will
do affirm that I will
support the Constitution of the United States
support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance
and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland.
Business Appreciation Week is a wonderful opportunity to thank businesses for establishing themselves here, for remaining here, and being a vital partner to the City of Rockville in terms of economic development.
The City of Rockville honored Matty J.T. Stepanek for his remarkable contributions to his community.
It's the willingness to look at our differences, celebrate our differences, communicate with each other, and respect one another.
The City of Rockville is very proud of our multicultural traditions, and we want to continue to actively celebrate the diversity of our community.
At tonight's Mayor Council meeting, the elected body will adopt a resolution to recognize Councilmember Feinberg's 10 years of leadership and public service. Councilmember Pacheller, would you do the honors of reading the resolution?
Congratulations. So I just want to thank Judy for bringing the tissues up because I may need them.
And I have mine here.
So I spoke at length with Beryl this morning, and we reviewed her service and her highlights, and good grief, it's such a long list of things that Beryl has in her 10 years from a council member position. Remember, that's not the mayor position, but the council member position managed to get so many things through that improved the function of our city, policy-wise, certainly for the less fortunate, however defined, she's been there for them. I remember, Beryl and I sometimes agree, sometimes we disagree, as is well known, but I have really enjoyed our budget debates that we've had on the council, and they were very nice because even though we didn't always agree, we approached it vigorously but with respect. And we could go back and forth 10, 15, 20 minutes and finally we'd be done. But it was really good. The budget improved because of it from both of our input, and I really appreciated that back and forth. Okay, so this is a long one. All right. Whereas Beryl L. Feinberg served the citizens of Rockville for the past 10 years and has distinguished herself as a council member through her integrity, strength, wisdom, and leadership. And whereas Beryl L. Feinberg is recognized throughout the city of Rockville through her tireless work in bringing city government closer to the residents, balancing managed growth and preservation of open spaces and neighborhoods, and building and maintaining better relationships with our surrounding jurisdictions. And whereas Beryl L. Feinberg has been a careful steward of the city's finances, spending tax dollars as wisely and efficiently as possible, always protecting the bottom line. And whereas Beryl L. Feinberg has been a forceful and steadfast advocate for our residents, schools, parks, and public services. And whereas Beryl L. Feinberg worked arduously as council liaison to the Human Services Advisory Commission, Recreation and Parks Advisory Board, Sign Review Board, Rockville Sister City Corporation, Financial Advisory Board, and as a member of the city's Retirement Board. And whereas Beryl L. Feinberg was instrumental in launching the opioid prevention program Rockville Goes Purple and strengthened city emergency preparedness and operated as a tireless champion for neighborhood concerns. And whereas Beryl L. Feinberg was elected to the Maryland Municipal League Board of Directors for the 2020 to 2021 year and was appointed to the MML Homeland Emergency Preparedness Ad Hoc Committee for several years and chaired the working committee. And whereas Beryl L. Feinberg championed improvements to city emergency preparedness, resulting in the hiring of the emergency preparedness manager, construction of the soon-to-open Emergency Operations Center at 6 Taft Court, and related to this, the updating of the city's Continuity of Operations, COOP, procedures. And whereas Beryl L. Feinberg initiated the creation of the Caregiver Task Force with resulting changes to how grants are rewarded, and she served as board chair of Montgomery Hospice and served on the board of the Montgomery County Collaboration Council for Children, Youth, and Families. And whereas Beryl L. Feinberg is responsible for bringing forward the Minority Female Disabled Informal Technical Assistance and Procurement Program, and she brought forth the city's Project Search participation in the program to provide differently abled young adults job experiences and work-life skills, followed by the city's commitment to identify one funded position for a Project Search graduate or differently abled young adult. And whereas Beryl L. Feinberg was responsible for the implementation of the fraud line and ongoing funding for internal performance audits. Now, we're going to pass this, but it's going to say, now therefore on behalf of Mayor and Council, City Council residents of the City of Rockville and those across the county and state, we express our sincere appreciation for Beryl L. Feinberg's inspiring commitment to the betterment of the city she loves. So we'll pass it, but let's give a hand. And that's got to be the longest proclamation I've ever read. But anyway, Beryl, it's been a pleasure serving with you, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Okay, now I have to try and get through this.
Oh, wait.
Nope.
Before you, we're going to take a photo. There we go.
Photo op. Yeah.
Photo op. Photo op.
Thank you, Councilmember Priscilla. We've got one more gesture to show you how much we appreciate your leadership and public service.
Councilmember Feinberg, on behalf of Rockville's elected body, appointed officials, city staff, and residents, we present you with this key to the city. To honor your legacy and of leadership and public service to our city and community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I get the mayor in the center with her key as well?
Yeah.
Just while we're all here?
Yep.
Thank you.
Almost done this before.
Perfect. One more time, guys. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
I came prepared with my tissues. But thank you, Judy, for bringing them up here. Thank you, Sarah Taylor Farrell, Danny Winborn, Judy Penny, and the City Clerk, Director of Council Operations Office, Barak Matite, David Gottesman, and others in the City Manager's Office for this evening's wonderful event. Thank you to the elected officials from District 17, county government, county council members, etc., for joining in this wonderful evening, as well as friends, city colleagues, and staff. During the last 10 years, it has been my honor to serve the residents of Rockville. When I began as an elected leader, Bridget, where are you? How'd you get through it? When I began as an elected leader in 2013, I was committed to transparency, good governance, and ethical, fact-based decision-making. Now in 2023, given the polarization across this country, these values take on renewed urgency to protect our democratic, small d, institutions. We can debate budget proposals, water rates, developer projects, and argue ever so forcefully, but then we must respect each other's and another's perspectives. Violence and hateful actions in the community are simply unacceptable. Any initiatives brought forward require the support of my colleagues, and today I want to thank them and with those with whom I have served. After all, as has been noted, there is no I in the word team. One example is the Rockville Goes Purple, an initiative Mayor Newton and I championed and discussed together at a Maryland Municipal League summer conference after hearing an inspirational presentation from another jurisdiction, the point of attending those conferences, to learn together. Yes, we render policy decisions, but the critical piece is the implementation by staff. Without their dedication to serve, elected leaders are really pretty powerless. Municipal government touches residents through its dedicated staff and contractors to ensure trash picked up, leaves collected, storm drains cleaned out, parks maintained, snow plowed, and water quality maintained. Our special events are legendary, senior services robust. Law enforcement by Rockville City Police Department and public safety and emergency preparedness planning is the protective blanket that enables each of us to go about our daily tasks fearlessly. Electeds and staff must be ever mindful to protect an almost sacred tagline that Rockville is a great place to live, work, and play. I challenge the next mayor and council to protect our nonpartisan government, ask thoughtful questions of staff, seek out best practices, and make those tough decisions. Trust your personal moral compass. You will never please everyone, but everyone will be pleased by your due diligence. As I leave office, my parting statements replicate my entering ones. Be mindful of overdevelopment and dense housing without sufficient green space for tot lots, as many of you know, and places to throw a frisbee. Rockville's neighborhoods with top-notch schools are its lifeline. Champion pedestrian and bicycle safety, protect our environment, parks and recreational gems, especially Redgate Park and the Glenview Mansion and its campus. And as this is election time, I want to once again thank my 3-term campaign manager and friend, Bob Wright, for his guidance, trust, timekeeping at every campaign meeting, and friendship all these past 10 years. Thank you, Bob. And last but not least, my enduring gratitude to Ed and love for Ed for wearing out sneakers during each campaign while door knocking on my behalf, encouraging me when I had moments of frustration, and giving me unconditional love for 50 years of marriage. Thank you, Ed.
Okay. There's several people who have signed up to express their gratitude for Mayor Newton and Councilmember Feinberg. Now is the opportunity to share your kind words. Kathy?
Judd Ashman.
Well, fine. Should I come up here? Yeah, okay. I was going to pass it off to Ryan because he actually has another event to go to, but too bad. Too bad. So I'm here to, and it's funny, this is a major moment for Rockville, and the first speaker's from Gaithersburg. I mean, see the irony there. It is a collaboration. I am here as well as council members Neil Harris, Jim McNulty, and in spirit, our council vice president Lisa Henderson, who called me earlier to say, make sure to shout me out, to offer our congratulations to Mayor Newton and Councilmember Feinberg. Beryl has always been a valued friend and colleague. I admire her dedication to public service, which everyone knows predates her tenure here on Rockville City Council. I've always enjoyed our time at MML and at our Gaithersburg Rockville get-togethers. I've learned that one thing Beryl and I have in common is that neither of us should be wagering based on our mini golf skills. But congratulations to you, Beryl. And while Gaithersburg and Rockville have always enjoyed like a friendly rivalry, underneath all of that is a really valuable partnership. The success of our cities is bound together, and it's important that the leaders of our cities understand that. Bridget Newton understands that. She and I have worked side by side since the moment I became mayor, and that friendship and partnership have paid dividends for both of our cities, whether it's our work together on tax duplication to bring back a fair share of county tax dollars for the services that cities provide, or the work during the COVID lockdown, which I'll shout out to former Mayor Kate Stewart as well, to ensure that our residents had access to testing and later to vaccines, or our current work with the county, shout out to Sydney A. Katz, to get funding for the additional police officers we're going to have to hire, and more. I have found Bridget to be the best kind of leader, one who stands for what's right, but does so with judgment and humility and good cheer. She isn't looking for the headlines. She isn't grandstanding. Leaders like that earn trust, friends, and admiration. Bridget's a dear friend and a confidant, a mentor, a role model, and a proud fellow grandparent. She will always be those things to me, but I will miss her profoundly as my buddy at all the MML events and as my co-ringleader in organizing our Gaithersburg Rockville outings, and of course as my fellow mayor. So if we had drinks, I would say here's to Beryl Feinberg and Bridget Newton, wishing you both and your families the best of health and happiness. And may the city of Rockville remember your tenure with gratitude and appreciation, and may all of your future meetings end before midnight.
Ryan Spiegel.
Good evening. It's nice to see so many friends and familiar faces here. And for those who don't know me, my name is Ryan Spiegel, and I am the newest, very newest state delegate representing District 17 in the Maryland House of Delegates in Annapolis, which includes, of course, the city of Rockville as well as the city of Gaithersburg. I am so new, in fact, that I don't even know how to order a proclamation, so I apologize that I didn't bring one. But before I was a state delegate, I spent 16 years on the Gaithersburg City Council working hand in hand with Mayor Newton, with Councilmember Feinberg, and with so many friends and colleagues in the city of Rockville. And it's just such an honor to be here to share my love and appreciation for the both of you. I want to tell a couple of very quick stories. Somebody said, uh-oh. Councilmember Feinberg cares so much about her community and the kind of leaders that it chooses that one time, many years ago, when I was canvassing her neighborhood and came upon her door, and her husband, Ed, answered the door, he said, Beryl's in the shower, so she can't speak right now. I said, that's okay, I'll come back another time. And as I turned to leave, I heard a shout from the top of the stairs, "Wait! Make sure he stays. I have questions for him. And the next thing I knew, she was running down the stairs in her robe with her soaking wet hair, and she proceeded to make me sit in her kitchen and answer difficult questions for 45 minutes. And good on you, Councilmember Feinberg. That's how much she cares about her community and making sure we pick the right people. Mayor Newton equally cares about partnerships. So much so that one time when she and I were sitting side by side testifying in the county council chamber just across the street here in Rockville, and we had to introduce ourselves to the panel, I said, "Good evening, my name is Ryan Spiegel, council member from the city of Gaithersburg." And she said, "Good evening, my name is Bridget Newton, mayor of the city of Gaithersburg." You wish. You wish. But now it's my great honor to represent the city of Rockville as part of District 17, and it feels right having worked so closely with the both of you and with the city of Rockville for so many years. You've heard brief mention of the role that both of these fine leaders have played in the statewide Maryland Municipal League. People in the municipal community here in Rockville don't always get a chance to see or appreciate the work that's done at that level. But as a fellow former president of MML, I want to talk just for a moment about the leadership that these two fine women have provided, not just to the city of Rockville, but to the entire state of Maryland, and by extension, really the leadership of the city of Rockville to the entire state of Maryland. I followed Bridget, very similar paths, followed her to be the president of the Montgomery County chapter of the Maryland Municipal League, and then followed her to be the legislative chair of the statewide league, and then followed her in being president of the league. And I cannot tell you what a valuable role model she was in showing how to lead by listening, by finding compromise. You think that the city of Rockville is diverse, and it is wonderful, and it is, but trying to find common ground and bring people together from all over the state in very diverse areas of the state to have a commitment to values and priorities together. She did that so well that I only tried to follow in those footsteps, and I'm very grateful for the example that she set. So thank you for that. Beryl actually served as the Hometown Emergency Preparedness Advisory Committee, as we affectionately refer to it, HEPAC, chair during my time as president of the statewide league. I actually appointed her because I knew she would do such a great job, and she broke barriers in that role by lifting and elevating the profile of a very important committee that brought together municipal governments from all over the state to understand the importance of hometown preparedness in today's day and age. And I gave her a very difficult task of elevating the issue of climate resilience among a diverse community of small towns and large cities from around the state. And she took that on, and she led with diligence and really got the entire state together to understand that that was a top priority for us going forward. And again, I am so grateful to have you both as role models, but also as friends. You know, we all talk about our political acquaintances, our colleagues that we work together with, but these two are really good friends. And I'm so proud to say that, because ultimately the work that we do and the effectiveness that we have is all about our relationships and the fellowship that we've shared through countless meetings and strategy sessions and victories and defeats together. And even though I know you're stepping off the mayor and council, I know we'll continue to have that friendship forever, and we'll continue to call on you both as role models. And we just so appreciate and love you both, and I'm so glad to be here to celebrate with you. So thank you for your service.
County Council members Sidney Katz, Kate Stewart, and Lorianne Sells.
Never give an attorney the microphone.
Just never give Ryan.
Yeah, that's right. You want me to? Well, good evening, everyone. For those of you who are lucky enough not to know me, I'm Sidney Katz. I'm the 3rd District representative, the council member for the 3rd District in Montgomery County. I'm a former mayor of Gaithersburg, and I was a former city council member there as well. And I'm obviously pleased to be joined by, in fact, they should introduce themselves, please.
Good evening, everyone. Former Gaithersburg council member and now proud at-large council member. So honored to be here to celebrate these two leaders in our community. Thank you. Lori Ann Sales.
In Gaithersburg, we're very humble. We really.
Thank you so much.
I'm Kate Stewart. I'm on the Montgomery County Council representing District 4, and before that, I was the mayor of the city of Tacoma Park.
Hi, everyone. I'm Marilyn Balcom. I'm the council member for District 2, Germantown, Clarksburg. And as many know, I have municipal envy. So I'm here with my colleagues tonight.
Very good. That was very good. You know, when I was mayor, when Larry Giamo retired as mayor, I declared his day in the city of Gaithersburg because I said everyone needed to vacation somewhere. And so, but today we have brought, all of us have brought a declaration that says, declare that today is Mayor Bridget Donnell Newton Day and Beryl Feinberg Day. And this says in the 3rd district. As you can tell, that we have the 2nd, we have the 3rd, we have the 4th, we have at large. It might be the only thing that Montgomery County could do unanimously. In honor and recognition of your retirement from serving as mayor and council member of the City of Rockville, an outstanding service to Montgomery County, it's declared today. It's signed by me and others. And I have to tell you that we've talked about friendships. We've talked about what we all have gone through. I'm a former Maryland Municipal League president as well. What you all in this room have accomplished truly changes lives for the better every day. And people just don't always thank you for that. You know, there's times I always tell people that I didn't realize that they thought I was that smart, because I'll tell you, I thought you were smarter than that. You know, so, but it is truly a pleasure to have served with both of you and others in this journey for Montgomery County and for the city of Rockville. Congratulations.
Yes, so I'll just say a few words since I too also had the pleasure of serving with Mayor Newton when she appointed me to the legislative committee when she was president of the Maryland Municipal League, and I served alongside Councilmember Feinberg. And so just thinking about the work that we do at the local level and the years of experience and the trails that you have blazed for women in this community and just across the state, I'm just honored to have served with you, and thank you for your support, your friendship, your mentorship, and your leadership. Your legacy continues, and you have very long notes in your book, so I just am so grateful to have known you and to have worked with you both. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to be super fast. Beryl, I will miss the times that we had at MML conferences, hanging out. They were wonderful, and thank you for your many years of service. Bridget, I don't even know what to say. I knew this day was coming, that you were going to be retiring, and I will truly say I have dreaded it. Because in this business, in this line of work, we have lots of acquaintances and people we respect and we work with. It is rare, though, to find a true friend. And I can say, I know you are someone that at any time of day, on any issue, whether dealing with a county issue, a city issue, or a personal issue, you are someone who will take a phone call and provide sound advice and a listening ear. And I will say, coming up as a mayor and working with you, not just here in Montgomery County, but regionally, because folks, we've talked a lot about Rockville, we've talked a lot about Montgomery County, but Bridget Newton really has done incredible work for the entire region here in the metropolitan Washington, D.C., serving on COG with you. Seeing how you work with leaders in Virginia, other places in Maryland and DC on transportation issues, no less, has really been remarkable. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the work that you have done over these years. And I know it's not done, but it's the work you've done and how you've done it. Your thoughtfulness, your kindness, and your grace. And you are a very unique leader, and we are so lucky to not only have had you here, but for me personally to have served with you. So thank you.
Oh, that's right.
I know, I keep retiring.
Yeah, sure.
Julie Yang.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Julie Yang. I serve on Montgomery County Board of Education. And as a board member, we serve all students, all family in the county. Mayor, sir, I thought at the front the instruction was 30 seconds. But anyway, I will keep it brief. The first time I met Bridget, and the first thing I learned about Mayor Newton was during the pandemic. She opened her house to our MCPS students so that students can have steady Wi-Fi and supervision during virtual school. And that just tells me the care and the concern you have for your community, that everyone matters and every child deserves a chance. So I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for what you have done. And on the same note, the first gathering I have with Councilwoman Feinberg was at her house, and she had a group of parents there and sharing with me their concerns about the schools at Rockville. So that community, that everyone talk about your concern for the community, the sense of community, truly came through to me. And just last week, the school board received a letter from the City of Rockville with mayor and council member signatures and lists, long list of things to care for Rockville schools. And I was looking at the letter. I said, are you sure this is Rockville schools? It looks like a quarter of our schools are on this list. But anyway, I admire you both so much for your long dedication to your city, to the citizens here, to the democracy, and to this process of civic discourse and collaboration. So I congratulate you on your retirement. Enjoy your time, but I will be in touch. We'll talk about schools. Thank you, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. It's not 11 o'clock. Good. I echo what people said about those meetings going to 11. I would fall asleep before it was my turn to come. Anyway, I'm Margie Graff. I'm President and CEO of the Greater Rockville Chamber of Commerce. I moved to Maryland 5 years ago from Vermont for this position. Didn't know a soul, didn't know anyone in the state, and was like a fish out of water. Anyway, Mayor Newton made me feel so welcomed and immediately part of the family, and went around and introduced me to people and had lunches and talked about things. It meant so much to me. I mean, you made me feel so welcome. and Councilmember Feinberg. I remember my first couple of ribbon cuttings, you'd be next to me whispering like, don't forget this and don't forget that. And it was, I mean, both of you were really warm and welcoming, and I want to thank you for that. We did honor you at our State of the City. And on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, we appreciate everything you've done for the business community. People don't realize how hard these people work. I could make a phone call, hey, can you come meet me at a ribbon cutting like really fast? Or, hey, can you come meet me at a business because, I have an issue and I'd love for you to hear their point of view. And they're very receptive, and they do. They come and they're open, and it means so much to the business community that they have an ear, that someone listens to them. And let's see. I could go on, but I don't want to take up too much time, but I want to thank you both on behalf of the Chamber and the business community for all your hard work and dedication. Thank you.
Fran Miller. Is there a Fran Miller? Miller? Fran Miller? Okay. Go ahead, Barack.
Whew. That was a lot. Thank you again for your service. Thank you. Oh, okay.
Hello. We all now live in a world filled with hatred and divisiveness, and I am so, so proud of both of you for your amazing effort to unite our city of Rockville. And you do it with such good aptitude, with compassion, and with love. Thank you.
Okay. As we come to the end of this ceremony to honor Mayor Newton and Councilmember Feinberg, I would like to express my deepest appreciation and gratitude for all the hard work both of you have put into serving the community. And while this may close the chapter of your legacy of leadership as mayor and councilmember of Rockville, this is just the beginning of a new chapter of being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor of making Rockville one of the best communities to live in, not only in Maryland, but America. On behalf of the appointed official, city staff, myself, thank you, Mayor Newton. Thank you, Councilmember Feinberg, for your decade of service to the city of Rockville. And thank you all for joining us tonight to celebrate this special day. Until next time, Rockville. Good night.